in every light there is a shadow of darkness, and that goes to tell us that in every good there is this outer of bad in it. And not bad is not entirely bad, that you are bad and therefore nothing is good. No. And you can't say that you're good, entirely good, and nothing is bad. In fact, all the most horrible crimes done to humanity has been done in the name of humanity, has been done in the name of good. And that is to say that you shouldn't condemn yourself if you find yourself doing what you are against. You shouldn't condemn yourself if you find yourself in the wrong place. Just correct it. Come back to your old self. Come back to doing what you think is right. You know, I find it really difficult talking about right and wrong, because what is right here, what is morally okay in this environment may not be in another environment. I mean, in the West, you can be in a relationship and you're not married and you stay together, and it's okay. The society accepts it. And then you go to some other religious countries and you find that's totally unacceptable. It's morally wrong. And so it's difficult to point out that this is bad is entirely bad, neither good is entirely good. So in most cases, the argument is in what environment or in what circumstances. So if we establish this, then I can say that you shouldn't condemn yourself. I mean, you shouldn't even vet yourself as being entirely good, because no sooner you are in the position that you classify yourself as entirely good, then you're giving yourself the right to harm anyone who is bad or to do wrong to anyone who is bad, because you give yourself that mantle of goodness. And in that same way, we can learn to help each other. We can learn to be interdependent. It's good to be independent, but interdependency makes the world really a better place, because I need A from you, you need A from B from me, and in that way we can relate. We can relate in such a way that it's going to be beneficial for both you and me. But if you're totally independent and you don't need anything from me, chances are you may not care, and chances are you may harm me without knowing it, and the world isn't going to be a better place. But if we learn to depend on each other in a very good way, and you do something for others and you allow them, because I see this happening a lot. I see a friend of mine who at some point can do everything for themselves. I mean, no one is an island, but you reach a certain stage financially in most cases where whatever you want you can get it, and you feel like I don't need anybody. There's no reason for me to relate, because there's nothing I can get out of it. But that's not true. That's the complete opposite. I mean, you can benefit from relationships. And put it this way, that same person has a trouble being in a relationship. Reason being, in a relationship, no matter how established you are, you need to dissolve some part of yourself to allow someone to come in. You need to let someone come in, and you have to need them in some way, because no one likes to be just a bypasser, just to stand by and be a spectator in a relationship when both of you are supposed to be involved. And if you think of it this way, you'll be better able to relate with other people, because what gives people success really, it's not how good they can do it, but also how good they can relate with people, or how good whatever they're creating can relate to people or can help people. So again, it's all part of developing the human race. It's all part of making the world a better place. And if you understand this, then your thinking will shift. There will be a paradigm shift in the way you look at things. And look, if you're looking to be successful, you just need to change the way you look at things. Like, instead of saying, how is the world going to give me that wealth and rich that I think that I deserve? And maybe you do, but maybe you don't. Instead of seeing the world that way, see it this way instead, and said, how can I improve my world? How can I improve the world that I live in? And if that is too much, just improve your life. And that's what we ask of you, that if your life is okay, if your life is better, the world becomes a better place. The world becomes beautiful, because we have one less person to worry about. If you just take care of your life and you manage it so well. I have a friend of mine who used to tell me this. He comes to my house. I was younger. This is about 7-8 years ago. You come to my house and said, you really want to be successful? I said, yes, I'm determined to. He said, look at your house. Come on, man. You can't even control the stuff around your house. Look at your remote. Look at your clothes. Everything is a mess. You can't produce order in your room that nothing is speaking back. You think you can produce order with human beings? Now, that really, really resonated with me. That you want to lead tomorrow. You have to start it in your own house. You have to start it internally. Make sure that you're okay internally. I'm not saying happy. That's vague. What does that even mean? But you have to set yourself in order, set your house in order internally. And within your house, make sure everything is okay, clean, and be where they're supposed to be. The order starts in your own place, in your own environment. Internally first. Here, up in here, up in here.